Let me see if this is working. This is kind of a little bit weird. Let me see. It looks like I'm live. I just need to refresh. And of course, nobody is on here. Nobody is watching me because. Oh, let me mute this. I don't need to hear myself more than once. Okay, so let me adjust this a little bit. Let me explain a little bit here what's going on. So, um, typically, what this video is going to be about, and you'll see it in the description because once I'm done with this, I'm going to add my thumbnail, I'm going to add all the stuff that's needed, and then I'm going to make this available for everybody to see. So I'm currently filming this live, but it's unlisted. So as you can see, I have my paper pumpkin grid paper down. That is because my paper pumpkin kit showed up today, actually not that long ago. It was dropped off at my front door at around 5 o'clock today. So I decided for the paper pumpkin, instead of my usual routine where when I do my unboxing and I create the projects, I typically do little video clips, and then I'll do all the editing, put it all together, add, the opening and closing, credits and everything. But sometimes that's a pain, because you have to keep stopping and restarting. So I decided that I am going to do this unboxing and putting everything together as a live, an unlisted live at the moment. And then, of course, if you're watching this, it's going to be then a published pre-recorded live that I did. So I want to do a little bit of housekeeping just before we start. Um, Found out yesterday, later in the day, that Stampin' Up is going to be offering a 1 day free shipping, and that will actually be tomorrow, Wednesday, September 18th. I am recording this on Tuesday evening, September 17th. So for the 1 day shipping, it's on orders of $75 or more. Um, Basically, the stuff that you see in the online store is included in this. It does not include like the subscription of the monthly subscription of the paper pumpkin kits, but it is for the prepaid that you can also get. It's another option on getting the paper pumpkin. So since it's Tuesday, this sale is going to be for tomorrow only. I figured this would be a great time to let you know about it. I also sent out just a small newsletter to all my newsletter subscribers, letting everyone know that this is going to be happening tomorrow. So if you have anything on your wish list, or if you have anything that you need to stock up on, like cardstock or inks or adhesives and all that, this would be the perfect time to get it. Now, if you want expedited shipping, then you would be paying the expedited shipping. This is just on the normal regular shipping, and the orders need to be $75 or more. I'll have a link to my online store in the description below. Also, this is coming up. We're pretty much we're over halfway through September, so this is coming up fairly quickly. Um, World Card Making Day happens on the first Saturday of every October. This year, it's on October 5th. Stampin' Up is going to be doing a free virtual event. So this is not just for Stampin' Up demonstrators. This is for everyone. Um, There is a QR code. I will put this up here like this so that way you can scan it with your phone. Okay, this is to register for the event. Now, because it's a free event, you do want to register for it. Um, when registering, what that'll do, Stampin' Up! Will send you the link to the site in which they're going to hold this free virtual event. Also, everybody who registers will also receive a free gift at the end. So even though maybe you'll be hosting something and you'll have people coming over to watch the event, have every participant actually go and register for it so then that way they can get the free gift as well. Now, they didn't have a time frame, but they did say that like if you can't be there to watch the event on the 5th and it goes from 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time, the recording of it will be available so you can go back and watch on October 8th. Now, when you also register, you'll in your email, your confirmation email, you will get a list of the things that they'll be using. Now, they are doing something a little bit different this year, so it's only an hour long. So what they're going to be using are these pre-printed card packs with coordinating envelopes that's in our annual catalog. And they'll also be using like 3 of the ephemera packs that are in there as well. So there's no stamping on these cards. So they are fairly simple, easy cards to make. And then they're going to show you some other projects that you can do later on where there is a stamp set and you're using the note cards and envelopes and they'll give you all of the list of supplies for doing those as well. Now, Stampin' Up! Is doing their thing. I will be doing an in-person event on this day as well. However, I'll be starting mine at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and will probably go until about 3 p.m. It's the same time that I choose when I do my in-person classes. Then later on at 7 p.m. that evening, I will be live right here to do either, most likely, I'll probably do the projects that I do here in person. I'm going to do something different than what Stampin' Up! Is doing. Um, I will have uh, my email will be in the description. So if you're interested in coming to my event, if you're local to me, just send me an email and let me know that you're interested in coming. And what I'll do in return when I reply to you, I will give you all the information, like, my address and what kind of supplies and things like that you may bring, that you may need to bring. The event is free. So if you're interested, let me know. Okay, so just be sure to register for this. The registration will be open until October 4th, okay? Then, since now we're doing Paper Pumpkin, let me kind of go into the housekeeping stuff of Paper Pumpkin. So now we're going to be going into a new quarter of Paper Pumpkin kits. So this is the kit that is for October. This one is called Nest of Christmas, so it's a specialty printed box. This coordinates with the Nest of Winter Sweet collection that is currently in our new holiday mini catalog. And they do have a subscribing special going on for this kit. So right now they have you can get 40% off your first month when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, and this offer ends on October 10th. So that's the subscription period from September 11th till October 10th. Now this is for first time subscribers. So if you had subscribed before, it's looking at your email address. So if you use a different one, You'll get the 40% off your first month, which would be this kit here. You use the code HOLIDAY, all capital letters, 40, excuse me, at paper, yeah, excuse me, now my voice gets all crackly. I apologize. You go to paperpumpkin.com and you use that code, and you want to do this before October 10th. And that's the date, the 10th of each month. That's kind of like that magical date. If you want to subscribe to that particular month, if you want to pause it, cancel it, if you want to up or decrease, the quantity of the kits that you want. Everything should be done by the 10th, because come the 11th of the month, that's when they charge you for the kit, and then they start doing the processing to get it shipped out to you. Okay, so this is what's happening for that one. And I'm going to read off. As a matter of fact, I should bring this out and do this as you're looking at this. So for this kit, it says spread Christmas cheer with this cozy all-inclusive crafting kit. This kit will make 10 cards, 5 each of 2 designs in 10 and with 10 coordinating envelopes. They're trifold card bases, and there's and pre-cut cross grain ribbon. There's pre-cut labels with specialty green foil. The coordinating colors in this kit is basic black, coastal cabana, granny apple green, night of navy, real red, and shaded spruce, which is also the classic Stampin' Spot that you will get in the kit. Then from October 11th through November 10th, this kit is filled with joy. Celebrate Christmas with adorable stockings and gift tags. So this makes 8 projects, 8 stockings with 8 gift tags. There are pre-cut paper pieces, safety pins, and specialty gold foil. There's fabric stockings with a special design box. The coordinating colors in this kit is Flirty Flamingo, Pool Party, Shaded Spruce, Very Vanilla, and then Poppy Parade, which is also the classic Stampin' Spot in this kit. Then in December, it's the Notes from the Heart. This goes from the subscription period is from November 11th through December 10th. Create cards with hand-sketched botanical designs. So this one will make 9 projects, 3 each of 3 designs. There's pre-cut vellum pieces and sparkling gems, scalloped card bases, and coordinating envelopes. The coordinating colors in this kit is Flirty Flamingo, Old Olive Pecan Pie, Pretty in Pink, Very Vanilla, and Blackberry Bliss, which is also the classic Stampin' Spot in this kit. Now, throughout the year, Stampin' Up! For each quarter, they have come out with a set of dies that coordinate with those 3 months paper pumpkin kits. Now, these dies, they're not needed to complete the projects, but they're available if you want to do some alternative and you want to die cut a little bit more. I will show you the one that's currently currently coordinates with July, August, and the September kit. So for this quarter here, it's the Merry Tags and More dies. This is what will coordinate with the October, November, and December kits. Again, you do not need these dies to complete the projects in the kit. This is just for if you want to do some extra projects or some alternative stuff, with the stuff that's in your kit, or even just crafting in general. So these are currently available in the online store. You do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get these. The item number for these is 165639, and it's $12 in US dollars. Okay. With that, I think that's all I have. Again, I'll have like the info on this in the description of this video. Let's see. Now let me bring in the kit that we're going to be working with. Now this is the September 2024 kit. This one is the Autumn Abundance. Now I kind of got a sneak peek of this last night watching another demo who opened it up, and I will tell you there it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you know me, you know that fall is like my absolute favorite time of the year. So we're gonna have some fun with this kit. So like I mentioned, there are coordinating dies that you can get. Again, you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get them that coordinate with the 3 months. So this one is for the July, August, and September kit. So this one here with the leaf is what would coordinate with this kit. Now, when I first saw these dies, I didn't think much of them until I actually ordered them because I thought they were really tiny. But as you can see, they're not really tiny. They are a nice size. So you got a nice size leaf here, this image, this flower is, and I printed this out. This is what I do with all my dies. So this flower die right here actually coordinates with one of the stamps that I believe was in yeah, I think this, no, not last month, but the month before. I think this was in July's kit. So there was a flower stamp in the stamp set, and this die will cut that out. So you can, like I said, you can see that these dies are not small, and this is the one that coordinates with the kit that we'll be doing today or tonight, actually, because I will post this soon as I'm done with this video. I will add all the information, and then I can take pictures, and then I'll go ahead and I'll post it. All right, so let's open up this box. So in your kits, you're always going to get an ink spot. Sometimes we may get two ink spots. It just depends on the kit. Now, Stampin' Up! Has mentioned that throughout the year, you know, the whole year for the paper pumpkins, they do not duplicate the colors. So this is another way that you can build up a collection of some ink colors. What's nice about these are great for traveling. If you don't, if you're limited on space, you can do what a friend has done. She's bought a lot of the uninked spots that you can get in our annual catalog, and she just purchased all of the reinkers, and so she just reinks these little pads instead of the full size. Now, for me, for doing this kit, I'm not going to use my little spot. I did grab my regular sized ink pad, so I'll use that for our projects. You do get a photopolymer stamp set in every kit. Sometimes if it's a special or if it's an anniversary type kit, sometimes they add a free stamp set in there, but this is just this one. So you do have like some leaves and you have a greenery, and then this looks like it's the design for the shell for the snail. No, here we go. There's the snail there. There's the snail's shell. Then you have thinking of you, sending autumn wishes your way, and with thanks. So this looks like a really fun stamp set. And then here is the kit. Now I didn't open the kit yet, so we're going to do that together right here. So let me go grab my scissors and we'll open this up. I already love this. I was watching this being done last night, and like I said, I just love all the colors in this, and it's fall, so of course I'm going to love it. Okay, so let me open this up and pull all this out. Okay, we'll throw that away. So In this kit, we have some mini dimensionals. We have some, this looks like Cajun Craze cardstock pieces. We do have some smaller envelopes, so it's lined on the inside and then it's got the design on the flap of it. Now, some people, when they do alternatives, they'll actually take the envelopes, take them apart, and actually use the elements from the envelopes as well to create projects. The alternative stuff, I just really never got into it. I guess maybe because it's a lot of brain power to think about things like that. So I never really got into doing that, but who knows, maybe one day, but not yet. So here's the other. So you got a smaller sized card. You got a square card here, and then you have two that are a regular size. So the inside, and you got the back flap on that one. And then here's one with some pretty fall leaves and the Cajun Craze inside. And then these must be for our smaller cards. So you have three cards that have a circle cut out in them. I'll put that aside. And then we have these three. Now this one, did it have it on there? No, that just has the print. But this one here actually has some, I think that would be, it looks like copper foil elements in that card base, but just really pretty. I really like that. Okay, and then we have some punch out pieces here. So you got your snail and mushroom and wood, and I love the leaves. And then of course there's like a tag. And then here's our other card bases. So you have the tree rings with the splatters of the copper foil on that. That's cool too. This is just a lovely kit. And then we have some really jumbo glue dots. Now, if you watch my lives or you watch any of my videos, you'll notice that I always I always have leftover of these glue dots. So these are the glue dots that I use in my projects rather than pulling out, like the box with the roll of it. Okay, then we have some more labels that we'd be stamping our greetings on. And then we have some punch outs here. So we got some copper foil leaves. We got some greenery there with the foil in it. And then also these little tags here have like that copper, what looks like copper stitching on it. And then we have another sheet of a die cut that has these fall leaves on it. This is going to be a really fun kit to work with. I see it. I just see it already. Now, also in the kit, what they do include is they include this little paper insert that shows you all the images that are in the stamp set. So what's nice about this, so with these stamp sets, of course, when you're done with the kit, these stamps are still going to be good, for future projects. So to store them, you can wrap it in the stamp set in like this, and then you can put this like in a cellophane envelope, or maybe if you have some like a book with pocket pages in it, you can do it that way. But instead of printing the images on the acetate, they provide the artwork on this piece of paper. So we'll put that aside. And then you'll always have colored instructions on the back. You'll see all the pieces and parts that are in the kit. It lets you know what it is you'll be making. And this one, you're making 9 cards and you have the 9 coordinating envelopes. And then it lets you know what the coordinating colors are. And then it also shows you that add-on the die add-ons that you can get that coordinate with this kit. So the instructions will have on the front cover the colored pictures of all the projects, and you can see that you're making 9 cards. There's 3 of each design. and then everything inside is colored as well. Now, what's nice about this really for paper pumpkin, it's great for, for those who love to take their crafting on the go. It's also great for beginner stampers, or beginner card makers, because you have everything here in the kit to create these projects. The only thing that you would really need is a pair of scissors, um, a bone folder to burnish, your card bases when you fold them, and then maybe like a take your pick tool if you're adding any embellishments. Now, looking at this kit, I didn't see no embellishments, so there's no embellishments in it. Now, like I said, the bone folder, the take your pick tool, they're optional. You don't have to have them, but it does, help in placing things a little bit easier. So the other thing that is included in this, there's also a ruler here. So if this kit came with twine or ribbon, and it'll tell you like how long of a piece that you would need, you can measure it here. So you don't even need a ruler. So most of your stuff is all in this kit. And like I said, it's perfect for those beginners that want to, just kind of get their foot into doing card making or paper crafting in general, and it's also great for those that want to take some kind of crafting project, while they're on the go, if it's a road trip or something like that. So everything is here. Like I said, just really need a pair of scissors. So typically, what I would do, so when I go to record my videos, this is where I kind of separate everything, bring everything in, put it together. So since I'm doing this as a live, I'm going to have to pull everything, um, right here with you. So now on here, they do show all the pieces and the parts that go to each one of the cards. So I'm going to pull out these pieces, and we're only going to do one of each. So we need the card base for this one. We need one of these pieces. And of course, let's pull out the envelope as well. Okay, and I've got my box over here on the side, so I'm just going to toss those extra pieces in there. Then we have, let's see, what pieces are they calling for? So this set of leaves, and then one of these greenery pieces here. Just like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but this kit, it's like the colors in here is just, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we have these two pieces. We need one of these little wood slices. We need a mushroom, and we need our snail, and then we need one of these labels here. Okay, so that's all the pieces, the parts and pieces for our first one. So let me set this aside, and then I'll just basically put everything, group it all together, and then all we have to do is assemble. All right, so then on this card, we need one of these envelopes, and then one of these card bases here. And then let's see, what parts do they got? So they have one of these blue leaves, one of these looks like it's wild wheat, and then one, two, okay, we need one of these circles, and I think That is it. And it even shows you what stamps you're using for each of these kits as well. Okay, so there's our second one. Let's set this aside. Okay, and then our third card, we have our card base. And here's our envelope. Okay, then for this one, we need one of these leaves here. And we got the long label. And then we need one of these copper leaves. I'm just putting everything kind of back in the box. Then we need three of, well, actually, we need the rest of what's on this piece here. And let me put that there. So we need our Cajun Craze label, and then these three leaves. I really love these leaves. Trees are starting to change a little bit here. It's not, all the bright colors. I'm sure I used to live up in Ohio, in northern Ohio, around the Cleveland area, and I'm sure things have already started to change there, and I kind of miss that. But I don't miss all that cold and snow though. But I'd rather take that than the really hot summers that we get down here. All right, so we have everything laid out for all our pieces. So now let's go back and look at card number one and what it is that we need to stamp. Now, the other thing too is they use the glue dots to adhere pieces, you know, together. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my seal and I'm going to use that. Again, it's just an option that I go a little bit faster by using that than putting the glue dots down. But again, if you're a beginner, then use the glue dots. All right, so now the stamps that we're going to use, we want the one that says sending autumn wishes your way. And then we want this other one that has kind of, I don't know if you can see this or not. I apologize. There's like a branchy piece right there. We want that one. Okay, set this aside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys down just a little bit. I'm not doing any die cutting, so I'll bring you down so you can see a little bit closer. All right, so with photopolymer stamps, in the processing, there is a bit of a film that's on them. So to get a really nice stamped image with these, you should clean them first. So I have my chamois, my well-used chamois, and I'm going to just clean these. And I'm sure that was probably really loud on the squeaking on it. So I want to make sure that this is dry, and I'll do the same thing with my greeting. So what's nice about these is that because they're photopolymer, you can see exactly where you're stamping them. Now, all the paper pumpkin kits, they are the stamp sets have always been photopolymer, so it's great. You see exactly where you're going to stamp it. Now, as a first-time subscriber, you will get a block in your kit, block like this. Now, again, this is like for a first-time subscriber. This is included in your kit. You want to hold on to these because um, you won't see that block in your following kits after that. Okay, so let's bring in these pieces for our first one. Okay, and I do have a scrap paper here that I can put down for when I'm kind of like stamping off, like say the cardstock and all that. So I am going to take, so they show on this piece here, bring in the ink, and they're showing that we're taking the branchy piece and we're going to stamp it like right here. It's what's going to show from that opening on the front of the card. Okay, bring this in, ink this up really well, and then I'll come right in here. Okay, and I'll clean this off. All right, and then I'm going to bring in this little greeting. Now, because it's white, to make it a little bit easier for me to see exactly where I'm stamping this, I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet. And this way I can see exactly where to stamp on this label. Okay, so I'm going to take my greeting and I'm going to stamp that right in the middle. Now I'm going to kind of get on my tippy toes here just so I can line it up. Okay, clean this. And it looks like that's the only stamping that we're doing for this particular project. So let me close this up. Okay, and I'll get these things out of the way. All right. So then what they have done is they're showing they got glue dots in the corners of this piece here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my seal. And I'm just going to add like just a little bit in each of these corners. This is just basically to hold it to the back of that front of the card base. Okay, that should be good. And then take this, flip this over, and I kind of line this up. There's like a thin border from the back of this to the actual card base. So I just centered that. Okay, and then let me fold this. Really cute card. I love when they have the design on the back of the card as well. Okay, so there's our card so far. Okay, and then on this greenery piece, they do have the glue dots. So actually, I will bring in the glue dots. For pieces like this, I'll use these. So the take your pick tool, the pokey end of it is good for picking up these glue dots. So for this piece, we're putting 3 of these down, one on either end and then in the middle. Okay, and then let's pull these off. I do have my little trash bin here. Let me move it over on this side. So that way I'm not reaching over under the video. Okay, and then this piece is going to go over this like so. Trying to get this lined up. Okay. And then our greeting, let's see, okay, so in the instructions, if you're new to the paper pumpkin kits, when you look at this, the little dark circles that you see, that would be the glue dots, okay? And then these little white hexagon shapes would be the dimensionals. So on here, they're showing that on the greeting, there are 2 glue dots on it. I'm going to use my seal on this, and then we're going to add that. Make sure I am in the screen. We are going to add that right here. Okay, and then we have our wood slice, and they have dimensionals on this, so I'm going to bring in these mini dimensionals. And again, for mini dimensionals, the take your pick tool, I find I can handle these a little bit easier using my take your pick tool. It is a handy little tool. You have your pokey end. You then have like a spatula end as well. And then you have the putty end, which is perfect for picking up like little loose embellishments or sequins to put them down on your card. So it's a really cool tool. And then there are attachments that you can get as well. So you got a brush end. So if you, for those detailed dies, getting them out of the die itself, and then they came out with some new ones where you can do some preparation marks in your cardstock, and then there's like a smaller pick end, and then you got one that's like a little like hook type of thing, and there's also tips for what is it, for a stylus, so a stylus, so a small ball tip and a larger one on it. So it is a really cool, nifty tool to have in your arsenal. Okay, so then we're going to take this piece here and we're going to add this right here. Okay, and then these little leaves here, they're showing that there is adhesive on that. So since one's going right in the middle, one of these glue dots fits perfectly in there. And then you have on these 2 bigger leaves here. This will definitely be one that if they come out, some of these kits, well, for the most part, these kits typically do have refills that you can get. Sometimes, depending on how popular it is, it could sell out really, really fast. So I really like this one. So I'm hoping to maybe get another refill on this because these cards are just, they really are pretty. Okay, so we have that down. Then we are adding our snail, and our snail has dimensionals on the back of it. So we'll add a few on here. Okay, we'll put this down. Okay, so we'll put him down right here, like so. And then on our mushroom, we're going to add some more dimensionals to this as well. So I just want to give a heads up to all of you who follow me and come on when I go live. Um, I want to make, and I've made mention of this last week when I did my Friday night kind of live, um, that something is up with YouTube. Um, I'm going to take this and I'm going to tuck this right behind this leaf, like so. Put that right there. Okay. So there is That is our first card. So here's our little envelope, and there's our first card. That is like really super, super cute. I really like that. And then inside you can either write something or stamp something in there. Okay, so let me put that aside. Let me bring in the stuff for our next card. Okay, and we will change this here. Okay, so what I was mentioning about with my lives, I've always been able to, get my projects all done and create, schedule my live, add my pretty thumbnail with the picture of the projects, and add all the descriptive stuff and all that. Now, if you are someone who does videos, um, one of the first things you have to do when you create your video is you have to choose the orientation in which you want to do your video. Now, for what I'm doing, and this has happened to a lot of other demo friends who do the same thing as it's better to have it in horizontal mode because then you're seeing more of my workspace. Whereas if it's vertical, you're only going to see like, what's in this kind of space, and that's just not going to work. Well, when scheduling the videos, when I create them, I set it up as horizontal. But then when I actually go live, um, it ends up reverting it to vertical. And you can't change it while you're live. So the only way you could fix it is either one, you just do your video, in vertical mode, or you stop it and restart and create a whole new one. So, even going live, I will tell you this right now that when I went live, it wasn't scheduled. I just went and put it as unpublished, and then I went live and I had it set at horizontal. Right now, the screen on my phone is kind of like, I want to say it's blacked out, but I could still see my work surface. But it tells me the orientation is locked and I need to rotate the device back, which means it wants me to turn it vertical, which I'm not going to do. But at least you're seeing this at horizontal. So there's been some crazy things with YouTube, and I've also found that too I had hit 500 subscribers, and for now the past week I lost 4 like the very next day after they told me I had 500. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's doing some crazy stuff. So going forward, when I do like my Friday night lives, you won't see, an upcoming video thing out there that I'll be going live on Friday. But soon as it hits 7 p.m., I will be hitting the go live, and then I just go back and I add all the stuff that needs to be added to it. So I just wanted to give you the heads up on that. Also, even going forward, I think when it comes to doing my paper pumpkin kits, instead of doing individual video clips of it, I think doing it this way as kind of like an unpublished live, and then adding all my stuff and then posting it most likely will be the best bet and the easiest and most time. It's very time consuming when I do video clips and I have to edit and do all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so now with this card, we're going to fold our card base, our very pretty card base. Okay, so then on this one, we're using this little branchy piece again. And then we're using the stamp that says thinking of you. And it looks like those are the only two that we're using. So let me put the stamp back down, and we'll put this on here. And let me clean it. since this is the first time I'm using it. With photopolymer stamp sets too, these aren't like our red rubber where there's that foam cushion that's under the stamp itself. So if you're not getting a really clean, crisp image when you stamp with photopolymer, clean them first and then also have like some kind of foam or something underneath. Now, I do have a mat on here that's kind of like a silicone mat and it's got a little thickness to it. You can also use something like this. This is a Stampin' piercing mat. So this is foam, so you can stamp on this as well, and it'll give you that little bit of cushion. So just a couple little tips if you're not getting a good crisp image when you're stamping with your photopolymers. Okay, so now on here they have this branchy piece here. They have it stamped in two different places on the card front. So let me bring in my ink and we'll ink this up. And we're going to put one, excuse me, one right here. And then we are going to add another one right over here. Okay. Clean this up really quick. Okay, and then our greeting. I'm going to bring in our little tag here. I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to stamp that right in the middle. Okay. I don't think the ink is distributed quite evenly in my ink pad. So you can see there's a little bit of a variation of the ink there where it's a little bit darker on this end and a little bit lighter on that end. It's kind of a cool effect. So I'm not worried about that. At least you can see what that greeting says. Okay, so on the back of this greeting, they're using the glue dots, but I'm going to use my seal. So this one isn't being popped up. Okay, so let me kind of set that aside. Then on our leaves, we're going to add some of the dimensionals to this. So let me get my Take Your Pick tool and my dimensionals. And on here, we're adding one on each of these larger leaves of our bigger leaf die cut. Okay, and then on the smaller one, they have one on this larger one here. There is one right here that just fits. And then there's one on this little bottom leaf right here. And what they're showing to do is to take one of these dimensionals and cut them in half. So they're really small, so you want to be careful that you don't cut your finger. And then I'm going to take your pick tool, get that off of my scissors, and then I'll place this down. There's it. I want to make sure I get the sticky part. Okay, that goes right there because that leaf is really, really thin and small. Okay, so then we're going to take our greeting and we are going to place that right here. Okay. And then they take the bigger leaf. This is the blue one. And then this is going to go down So the base of this is going to go to the base of the card. Let's move it over a little bit. Place that right there. And the stems on these leaves are very, very thin, so you want to be careful with them. You could rip the leaf off. Okay, get the paper off of that one. And then let's pick this up. Okay, and then this one is going to go right over on this side, like so. So that's it on this card. So this one had a little bit less work on it, but still, it's still a wow looking card. And it's got some dimension on there, so that's really cool. And again, with these cards, there were no embellishments that came with it. You can simply add like any rhinestones or jewels or anything like that on here if you'd like. Okay, so there's our second card. Now let me move this over to our third card. Okay, and let me bring in all these pieces and our really cool envelope. Okay, so for this one, we want the greeting that says with thanks, and we're using this little branchy piece again on this one. So let me put this on here, and then we want with thanks. Okay, this one's a little bit longer, so I'm using one of my blocks that we sell in our annual catalog. Uh, the block these stamps, so the block that you get with the kit, what I'm trying to get out is that all of the stamps that you use for these kits, these stamps are going to fit on the block, whether it's straight across or if you have to put it diagonal from corner to corner. All the stamps that are in the paper pumpkin kits are going to fit on this block. I think it's just a force of habit that I always grab these, and that's why I didn't grab this one to start, to use for this kit. But I have done that in the past. I just wasn't thinking. So, all right. So then I'm going to put this on my block, and I'm going to clean this to kind of get that film from the processing off of it. Okay. And then make sure it's dry. My chamois is a little bit wet. Okay. All right. So then on this one, let's take this one and fold and burnish it. Okay. So this card's going to go this way. Okay. So this is the back of our card. All right. So then this little branchy piece. Get my ink. Okay, so for this one, we're going to stamp one right down here. Okay, and then we're going to turn it around. And we're going to kind of join those branches. And we're going to stamp it right there. Like so. Okay. Now, just as an FYI, there are some of those foil spots that are on this. So if you go and stamp on that, the ink is going to kind of wipe off. So what I'm going to do, where is that? scrap paper that I got. I'm going to do this. Just write that on there just to soak up any ink at all that got on those foil areas. So that way I'm not getting it all over my fingers. Okay. Then on our tag here, let me bring in my silicone craft sheet for this. Again, because it's white, it's a little bit easier for me to see where I'm stamping. And ink up our with thanks. And we'll stamp that in the middle. Like so. And we'll clean this. All right. So we can close that. Need to tidy up a little bit. There's stuff like everywhere. Okay. Let's see. So we have that. So that was the only stamping that we're doing for this particular card. Okay. So then on these big leaves here, they're showing glue dots on these pieces, but I'm going to bring in my seal and I'm going to add some seal to this, to each one of these. Okay. And let me set those aside right there. And then let's see. Then on these little leaves here, so our foiled leaf and our looks like crushed curry leaf, we're going to use glue dots on that because using the seal, I don't want to tear these since the way they are cut. So actually, all right, so in the directions, they're showing that the foil one, which is this one right here, you're using 2 mini dimensionals on it, and then this yellow one, you're going to use the glue dots on. Looks like the foil one is going to be popped up on top of all these other leaves. So I'm going to add 2 glue dots on this one. We'll remove these paper backings. And what's nice is in that coordinating set of dies, they got the die that cuts out this leaf, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so then this one we're going to bring in 2 dimensionals. We're going to put one there, and then one more right down here. In the bigger areas where you won't see the dimensionals poking through. Okay, so there's our other leaf. Now on this tag here with this piece, let's see, they have, I'm going to use my seal. Now this is going to go on the bottom. Now if you were using the glue dots, you would add the glue dots, 3 glue dots on the bottom of this tag. Okay, and then let me bring in my silicone craft sheet. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece here. Okay, and then we're going to take our with thanks and we're going to add that right underneath like so. So we got a little bit of that Cajun Craze tag right underneath that. Okay, and then on the back of this, they have dimensionals. So they have 6. So they have 3 on the top and then they have 3 on the bottom here. So we'll add 6 onto ours as well. Okay, and let's take these off. That way we're all set to just assemble our card. Okay, let me put that right there, and then let me remove the paper backings off of the ones from my leaf. Okay, so we got all that stuff. So now let's go ahead and let's assemble this one. All right, so they have these leaves here. So let me pick them up. Let's see. So we have, let's see, which are these identical? I think these are, yeah, these are identical. So we have one that sits over here like so. And I'm not going to press these fully down yet. I'm going to just kind of lay them out. And when they're in a place that I like where they're at, then I will press them down. And we have this one up here. So, and then, okay, so we're laying all our leaves down first, and then our greetings are going to go on top. So we're going to place this leaf here, and then this one right over here. And then let's see our greeting. Okay, this will go right over here. And then let's just go and press all of that stuff down now. Okay, so there we go. There is the third card. So this kit, everything with this kit, went together pretty easy, pretty quickly. Now, I mean, it does get, you have some fun time because if you're doing all 9 cards, you'll be at it a little bit longer. So where's the envelope? So here's the pretty envelope that goes with that card. And then let me bring in the other 2 that we made. So then we had this one here. And then we have our little small one. This one measures, this is a 4x4 size card. So really super cute with the dimension of the die cuts that are in this kit. So again, this kit, if you are a subscriber, there's a very good chance there'll be refills available. Depending on the way the kit is and the popularity of it, the refill kit could sell out pretty quickly. So if this is one that you like, kind of keep an eye out for it. Typically, and don't quote me on this, but I think it's like about a week's time after from the 10th, I think, like maybe the 17th or so. And I can't remember exactly what day it is, but there's a certain day that they'll release the refill kits. And when that happens, if you want refills to this, just don't wait because it will. I think this will sell out because this really is a pretty kit. Um, Again, there is a set of coordinating dies that goes with not just this kit, but also with the July and August kits. I'm trying to see, did I throw it back in this box here? Um, I don't know what I did with them. I don't see them. So yeah, they were here a moment ago and I lost them. Okay, so with that being said, so there are a set of coordinating dies that do go with this. As a matter of fact, there it is. It was underneath. It was underneath my box. So this is the Every Celebration set of dies. Uh, so it coordinates with July, August, and September. And again, you don't need these dies to complete the kits. This is just to make extra projects. So when I last checked, these were still available. The dies that also coordinated with the January, February, and March, and the dies that went with April, May, and June, they are still available in the online store under Paper Pumpkin, Refill Kits, and more. Um, the ones that are going to coordinate with the October, November, and December, I believe that was called Merry Tags. They are available now. I did order them, so when I go to do my paper pumpkin for the month of October, then I will have those dies and I will show you those dies when we go to do the kit. Again, as I mentioned at the very beginning, I'll just mention it one more time. Tomorrow, September 18th, again, I'm posting this video on the evening of the 17th. So for one day only on the 18th, Stampin' Up! Is going to be offering free shipping on orders of $75 or more. Also, there's the registration for World Card Making Day. I'm just going to hold this up so you see the QR code again. And all you have to do is just take your phone to the screen and scan that, and it'll take you to the registration form for that. And again, this will happen on October 5th from 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And again, if you're local to me here in Memphis, I will be doing an in-person event on that day, October 5th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will be doing different projects. We'll be doing some stamping and probably die cutting and such. This particular virtual event, you're not doing any stamping or anything. You're just using punched out pieces and like basically almost like a paper pumpkin kit in a way, but you're not doing any stamping. Um, but we'll be doing something different. And then at 7 p.m. that evening, I will be going live here on my YouTube channel. So I'll be doing two back-to-back live. So my Friday night live on October 4th, and then again the evening of October 5th. Also, with the paper pumpkin kits, our October kit Nest of Christmas, which coordinates with the Nest of Winter Sweet collection that is in our new holiday mini catalog. For new subscribers, you can get 40% off your first month. This offer will end on October 10th. You use the code HOLIDAY, all capital letters, 40 at paperpumpkin.com. And this goes by, so if you subscribe, just like as an FYI, if you had subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, like say like a year or so ago, and you want to take advantage of this offer, what they look at is if your email is already in the system. So if you want to take advantage of this, then use a different email address than what you did the first time around. So that's how they're determining if you're a first time subscriber or not. Um, and then the kits after that will be then at regular price. So with that, that's all I have for this video here. So again, I will have my new paper pumpkin kit, that Nest of Christmas, sometime after October 10th. It could be like the middle, maybe a few days later, when I get my kit. But when I get it, I will do this again. I will go live. I will create one of each project. And I think that's it. So this is posting Tuesday evening. I already have scheduled my Throwback Thursday video, so that will be posted on Thursday at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm using, what is it that I use? Wishing You Well. It was a standalone stamp set. And then on Friday, I will be going live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will be featuring the Regal Winter Suite collection. That's the collection in the holiday mini that has like all the paper with all those rich jewel tone colors and all the flowers. So I hope that you can join me for that. And until then, everyone, stay safe and have a blessed one. Bye bye.